Dear students, today I am going to solve some maths from the chapter Playing with Numbers for Maths Olympiad. So today's first problem is, if a number p is exactly divisible by q, then q is a dash of p and p divided by q will have dash as the remainder. The options are multiple and 1, option B factor and 1, option C factor and 0, and option D multiple and 0. So students, always remember that when a number is exactly divided by another number, then the another must be a factor, and when it is exactly divisible, so that means remainder will be 0, there will be no remainder because it is exactly divisible. So C is the correct answer. Q is the factor of P, and when we divide P by Q, then remainder will be 0 because it is exactly divisible. Next problem. Next is, which of the following numbers is not divisible by 8? The options are 34,672, 84,132, 13,456, and the last option is 14,568. So here students, we have to check. So if we want, you can divide all the numbers by 8, but it will be time taking. So to save our time, we have to use a short method. The short method is, we have to divide only the last 3 digits. We have to divide only the last 3 digits by 8. If it is divisible by 8, then the whole number is divisible by 8. So check it. So it will be 672 is divisible by 8. Last one is, second one is, it is not divisible by 8. Okay, check the third one. It is divisible by 8 and it is also divisible by 8. Only this number. So 132 is not divisible by 8. So that means 84,132 is not divisible by 8. So B is the correct answer. I hope all of you understood. Next problem. The HCF of two consecutive odd numbers is, the options are 2, 0, 4 and 1. So students, always remember the HCF of two consecutive odd numbers is always 1. You have to remember this. Next problem. The HCF of two numbers is 28 and their LCM is 336. If one number is 112, then the other number is 4 options are 64, 84, 34 and 92. So to solve this problem, students, you have to remember one formula, that product of two numbers is equals to their LCM into HCF. This formula you have to remember, that product of two numbers is equals to LCM into HCF. So one number is given, that one number is 112 and another number, suppose x, and here LCM is given, that is 336 and HCF is 28. Now solve it. So this implies x is equals to 336 multiplied by 28 by 112. Now we have to calculate it. So if we divide 28 and 112 by 4, then it will be, so 28 divided by 4 is 7 and 112 divided by 4 is 28. Again 7 1 is 7, because 7 divided by 7 is 1 and 28 divided by 7 is 4. Okay. Now we can divide 336 by 4 also. So this implies x is equals to 84. So the another number is 84. So B option is correct. Option B is 84. So the another number is 84. I hope all of you understood. Now next problem. Next is, which of the following statements is true? Which of the following statements is true? The options are 1 is the smallest prime number. Option B, if two numbers are co-primes, then at least one of them must be a prime number. Option C. Option C is, if a number is prime, if a number is prime, it must be odd. And option D is, two consecutive odd prime numbers are always twin primes. Okay. Now let's check that which option is true. So first option is 1 is the smallest prime number. It is wrong, students, because the smallest prime number is 2. 1 is not a prime number. The smallest prime number is 2. So option A is incorrect. Let's check option B. Option B is, if two numbers are co-primes, then at least one of them must be a prime number. It is also wrong, because 8 and 9, these two numbers are co-primes, but 8 and 9 both are not prime numbers. 8 is not a prime number and 9 is also not a prime numbers. They are composite numbers. So 8 and 9 are co-primes, but these are not prime numbers. So it is also wrong statement. Option C, if a number is prime, it must be odd. Wrong answer. Because 2 is even number, but 2 is a prime number. So 2 is the smallest prime number, but 2 is not odd, 2 is even. So the statement is, if a number is prime, it must be odd. It is wrong statement. And last option is, two consecutive odd prime numbers are always twin primes. Okay. If we take 2, 3, these are twin primes. If we take 11, 12, these are twin primes. So option D is correct. Okay. So two consecutive odd prime numbers. Suppose 2, 3 consecutive odd. This is not true. Odd prime numbers, consecutive odd prime numbers. So one prime number is 3 and second one is 5. So these two are twin primes. And similarly 7 and 11, these two are consecutive odd prime numbers. So these two are also twin primes. So option D is correct answer. Next problem. Observe the following pattern. I am going to draw one pattern. Observe the following pattern and find the sum of 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus plus 19. So it is continue up to 19. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9, then 11, then 13, then 15, then 17, then 19. Okay. And the pattern is, when it is 1, we can take 1 into 1 is equals to 1. When 1 plus 3, then how many numbers are there? 2 numbers are there. So that means we can take 2 into 2, that is 4. When we take 1 plus 3 plus 5, So how many numbers are there? 3 numbers are there. So that means we can take 3 into 3, that means 9. Then 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. How many numbers are there? 4 numbers are there. So that means we have to take 4 into 4, 16. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. How many numbers are there? 5 numbers are there. So that means 5 into 5. It is 25. So it is the given pattern, and so on. If we continue like this, we will get a pattern. So it is the given pattern. Now to observe this pattern, we have to find the value of this one. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus dot dot plus 19. So in the given sum, at first we have to find that how many numbers are there. So there are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. 10 numbers are there. So that means 10 into 10. 10 into 10 is equals to 100. So the options are given. Option A is 121. Option B is 81. Option C is 100. And option D is 64. So we have already found that 100 is the correct answer. So that means option C is the correct answer. I hope all of you understood. Now next problem. If M and N are co-primes, then their LCM is, option A is 1, option B is M by N, option C is Mn, and option D is none of these. So students, if A and M and N are co-primes, so that means if these two numbers are co-primes, so that means this number has no common factors. These are co-primes, that means the numbers have no common factor. So that means we have to multiply the numbers. So M multiply N is Mn. So option C is the correct answer. Always remember, when two numbers are given and the numbers are co-prime, then the LCM of the given numbers is equals to the product of the given numbers. Okay, so that's why M multiply N, so that means Mn. Next. The HCF and LCM of two numbers are 13 and 1989 respectively. If one of the numbers is 117, then find the sum of both the numbers. The options are, option A is 119, option B is 221, option C is 338, and option D is 439. Okay. Now the HCF and LCM of two numbers are 13 and 1989, and one of the numbers is given. So here we have to write the formula that product of two numbers is equals to their LCM into HCF. So one number is given, that is 117, and let another number is X, and LCM is given 1989 and HCF is 13. Now calculate it. So X is equals to 1989 into 13 by 117. Now we can divide 13 and 117 by 13. So 13 divided by 13 is 1, and 100 divided by 13 is 9. And we can divide 1989 by 9. So it will be 221. So X is equals to 221. So that means the value of X is 221 and X is the another number. So that means option B is correct. So students, you must practice such kind of maths for your maths Olympiad. Thank you. Thank you everyone.